school bodybuilding clothing company. If it's been 3.5 hours since you last ate protein and now you're starting to freak out, you are old school. If watching someone sit on a hammer machine for 5 minutes between sets playing with their phone pisses you off, you are definitely old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our 2020 Miss Fitness Olympia, Missy Truscott. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave. I'm so excited to be here. You have no idea. I have so much respect for you, and I'm just so happy to be on your show.
I'm very glad to have you here. And I got to tell you this, first of all, I've been showcasing Oksana Grishina for the last 15 years. While she was losing and didn't deservedly lost, I've been on her side. And when I heard she was making the comeback, obviously, I was super excited because I wanted to see her routine. And you know what makes your victory so sweet? You beat an Oksana Grishina who was really superb. I mean, she won the fitness routine round, and you won the show. And you know what? You'll always remember this victory because you beat a former great champion, and that validates you right from the get-go as a true champion.
Yeah, I'm so blessed to have been able to stand next to Oksana, Whitney Jones. Unfortunately, Adela Garcia wasn't able to make it. She had to pull out because of an injury. But these women are, people I've looked up to my entire fitness career as like a 17-year-old little girl. Like, I want to be like Adela. And you know what? Like, I just won that title of Miss Fitness Olympia, and it's just, I'm on cloud nine right now. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, and I don't want to discount Whitney Jones, who was the reigning champ for 2 years. You beat her as well, obviously. But
yes,
the thing that I really see in your physique and your whole presentation that you brought was you had both. You had amazing routine and amazing physique. And we haven't seen that in a Miss Olympia for a very long time, okay, in the fitness category. It's either they got a great routine or they got a great physique. Adela's routine was good, but her physique was amazing, and that's why she won all those years. Oksana had a good physique, not the best taper, but her routine was off the charts, so no one could beat her. You had both, and that's what it took to defeat an Oksana, and that's what it took to defeat a Whitney Jones, because Whitney Jones is also, her physique was always better than her routine, I felt. And I feel like your routine and your physique are really well balanced, like almost perfectly, aligned, and I think you're like the perfect package for fitness.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I worked really hard on bringing up some like weak areas in my physique. John Meadows is my coach, and he really helped me with that. And as for the routine round, I really just focused on like my strengths, what I'm good at. Right. And that's power moves. My degree of difficulty is, very high.
Yes, it is,
compared to some of the other fitness routines. But we all brought it this year, and it was just an amazing show. We got to thank Dan Solomon and Jake Wood and the Olympia team for putting this show on, and especially Jake Wood. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but he upped our prize money. I won $50,000 for fitness.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's what it originally started at, when there was only 3 divisions, bodybuilding and actually it was 2 divisions, bodybuilding and fitness. And it was up that high, and that's amazing. You know what? You guys probably deserve more money than most people, because no one has to work as hard on a routine that actually gets scored as 2/3 of your score, and that to me adds a level of difficulty. And I think it's why a lot of people don't go into fitness, because they frankly don't want to devote that much time to it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is a full-time job. I put my everything into this prep. My husband was super supportive, making sure that I had everything I needed, coming with me to practice. Right now I'm actually in my home gym. We've like pimped it out with like a bunch of equipment.
Where's my picture on the wall? I'm just kidding.
I'm a sponsored athlete with Elite FTS, so we have like a lot of their equipment down here, and I'm in Seattle, so our gyms are completely shut down, and I've done my whole prep down here in my gym.
I didn't realize they were shut down again. Wow, that sucks. Thank God you have a gym. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super blessed. I'm really blessed.
It's interesting. A lot of people don't understand the mathematics of fitness. It's 2/3 of your score is the routine, and 1/3 is your physique. It's like a quarter turnaround, like they do in figure, and then they combine those scores. So it's really like the fitness routine counts twice, and then your physique counts once. And Oksana, I believe, was 4th in physique and in the physique round, and she won the fitness round, but you were 2nd in the fitness round, and then you won the physique round. And when you mathematically figure out the value, you came out ahead. And that's why, at least I was fine with that, because you did what you needed to do. And I think, like I said, this might have been like one of the closest Olympias, only for the sheer fact that usually the champion wins the routine round, usually, and so you have to be super happy, like I said, that you beat these great girls. But let's take a step back for a second. 10 years ago is when you kind of started your whole foray into bodybuilding, so to speak, and training with weights. But before that, you were a gymnast for up to the age of 15, I believe, correct?
Yep. So after I decided to stop gymnastics, I wanted to do something more like team oriented. So I got into cheerleading. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I, started watching YouTube videos of, you'd see like Jay Cutler, older videos of you. I remember my older brother always talked about you, wanted to do your seminar, but being from a small town in Canada, like how to get up to New York, we had no money. Like it was just, but
what's amazing though about the whole process though is that, you did gymnastics and, you never got to the Olympic level per se. And I'm sure when you first started, you wanted to, because we all want to go the distance, but you never know. I always tell people, you never know the skills that you develop as a young person, how they will play out later in your life. And if you had never done the gymnastics, you never would have been Fitness Olympia champion, because you can't teach those skills, that level of difficulty, to someone who's 25 already. You know what I mean? You have to ingrain that in a child's brain. And I'm sure you were a fearless teenager, because I know I would imagine the cheerleading is crazier than the gymnastics, because I know they do some kooky stuff with the cheerleading these days, right?
That's true. A lot of the muscle memory that I learned when I was younger, I've carried over now to my performances. Mm-hmm. But I definitely gained a lot of discipline in gymnastics, learning my body and, eating habits and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful that my parents put me in gymnastics at a young age. And, if my husband and I ever plan to have children, I will definitely do something like that with them. Yeah,
that's a conundrum we face, because my wife was a gymnast, but she hurt herself. She broke her ankle doing a vaulting and stuff like that. So she's always like worried, it's dangerous. There is a level of danger in gymnastics, and then if kids get too good, then they don't want to stop and they want to go to that level where it gets even more dangerous. So
100%. Yep.
Yeah. So, but anyway, obviously you're the new champ, and when you sit down and you think about, obviously reflect about, all right, what am I going to do for 2021? Obviously you're going to defend your Olympia title, but a lot of historically at least, the Fitness Olympia champ always seems to have done the Arnold and the Olympia every year almost. I know Oksana did it many times. Adela did it many times. Is that something that you're considering doing, going back to the Arnold to defend your title?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm already in the process now with my husband thinking of a new routine. We got our notepad out and we're brainstorming. If I don't, because of the pandemic and everything going on right now, depending on what shows are happening, I'm originally from Canada. I would love to go to the Toronto Pro Show and, win that one. If hometown.
Yeah.
But definitely defend the Arnold Classic title and the Olympia title this year.
Yeah, I mean, now at the stage you're at where you're winning a lot of money now, and you're actually, the prestige is there, and because you don't really have to prove anything, you're the Olympia champ now. Is like Toronto a step backwards for you only because you're the Olympia champ and you're the Arnold champ?
No, so for me, it's more of like I want to go and I want to see my friends and family.
Gotcha.
I haven't been back to Canada in like 5 years.
Gotcha. All right. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. I see that. I can understand that for sure. And obviously, it had to feel good once again to win one of the biggest Fitness Olympias titles with the most money of all time. You'd certainly, the stars were definitely in alignment for you this year.
Yeah, going into it, I was the underdog. There was a lot of hype behind Adela and Whitney and Oksana.
Yeah.
And, there was a lot of fuel, and like, I have so much respect for Adela. I did hear a podcast with her coach, Mike Davies, saying that these young bitches better watch out. And really, Dave, I'm telling you, this burned me so hard. I'm coming. I'm not leaving any stone unturned. And, I did that. So I love Adela, but that podcast really pissed me off.
It's funny, at 31, I mean, you weren't the youngest girl in the lineup, but that's pretty young for fitness nowadays, because it seems like it takes a lot of years to really mature as an athlete, physique-wise and routine-wise. I mean, I think Ariel Kadar might be the youngest one up there, but you have a lot of years behind you, you can do this. Is this something you see yourself doing like, for the next 10 years, or do you think like your body's going to get tired of doing these routines and you might, what is your thought process right now?
No, I feel great. I feel amazing. I'm going to ride this out as long as I can. And honestly, Dave, this is when it starts. Like this is when I have to really like up my game. And I have a great team behind me, John Meadows, Dave Tate, my husband, Matt Truscott. Like we are all just killing it right now. And my supplement sponsor, Granite, I'm just trying to keep elevating myself and the fitness division. So if there's any younger girls that are listening and have questions, hit me up on Instagram. I would love to answer them, because we gotta keep fitness rolling here.
And I love the fact that you did your own routine, that you had no one helping you. You were the choreographer and the designer of it, which is I got to take my hat off to you, because it was a very entertaining routine.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we put a lot of effort into it. That prop, the cage I had, it was all put together by Wooden Dowels. I got it freight shipped to Orlando.
What the hell what did that cost you to ship?
Well, how much did it cost to make is the real question.
Okay.
It was $3,000. It was $3,000.
Wow.
It was a good investment. To freight ship it to Orlando was $800.
Okay.
And then in my music, I don't know if you heard this,
Right.
Rob Bailey was the voiceovers.
Oh, I didn't know that. that he did this.
Rob's a good friend. So, I mean, it was just everything like all worked out, and I'm so over the moon. I'm so happy.
So there's a $3,800 investment in the cage and the shipping, which you can deduct from the taxes you're going to have to pay on the $50,000 you won for the Olympia. Don't forget that. We're into the deductions here. All right.
Yeah. Well, I know you and Chris were talking about how you're going to make like a video about how fitness competitors need to like claim all their taxes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything's a deduction for you guys. You should charge yourself choreography lessons so you can deduct those too.
There you go. I'm writing notes, Dave. This is
That's
awesome.
right.
I learned so much from you.
Hey, it's all about business. You got to do this thing right. Well, I want to congratulate you. Huge congrats on winning the Olympia, beating some legends in the process, and establishing yourself now as the new girl to beat on the block, so to speak. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Arnold Classic this year.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you.
All right. Guys, that's going to take us to the end of another episode of RX Muscles Live with. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.